we have a Zerg versus Protoss. It could be one of the last games of the day. Starting to the top right for CJ Enters, the Zerg player who is currently on a 1-win, 2-losses score. It is
CJ Enters Effort.
CJ Enters Effort. Here to make a lot happen in this game. Once again, flashing his keyboard here to the bottom left of Wongali Beach. We have the Protoss player for Team FX Open. It is
FXO Hurricane.
There's his Lipton.
If Hurricane wins, he is in the Premier League. If he takes this, he is in the Premier League, and it would also mean that Kangho and Effort are out. If Hurricane takes it, Kangho and Effort are going to play in the Challenger League next season, and Hurricane will be in the Premier League. That
So
much is for
basically,
certain already.
If he takes it, there's no possibility of any tie. Am I understanding this correctly?
Yeah.
Okay.
If Hurricane takes it right now, there is no tie. No 5-way tie, no 3-way tie, no nothing. Then he will advance to the Premier League, and Shine and Jogji will, in the last map of the day, determine who is going to join him.
Very true. Pool first versus Nexus first, Pylon in the main. So in-base Forge build coming out here from Hurricane. And there he is. He shows it. No scout whatsoever from Effort. He even tries to hide his drone to make sure that he can get the hatchery up unblocked.
You know, I could actually see Shine currently hoping for 5-way tie instead of hoping to go toe-to-toe with Jogji to go for the final spot. Even though it would mean only playing one map. But seeing the Terran versus Zerg that Jogji has shown us today, I would not gamble my hopes to the Premier League on a map against Jogji. I'm not quite sure if I really would want to do that.
He would like a reset. He had basically 2 build order losses, essentially. Not build order losses. He took 2 builds that he died not because of his poor micro or his poor mechanics. He just died because, oh, look at this. Is he? Hold on.
Oh, he's cannoning him. He's gonna cannon the natural. That pool is also super exposed.
Yeah. I don't think he's gonna go for the pool, but he could. It wouldn't really be worth it, I feel.
Okay, like mature language incoming. This is actually just Hurricane saying 5-way tie my ass.
This queen, though, should be able to deny this, I feel.
Well, the queen sees it, and the queen is like, what? He actually doesn't see it.
He's not paying attention.
Okay, now
he
he
needs to move
sees
the probe back. Probe back. Probe back.
Oh, another one! And bye-bye probe. First cannon is ready.
Second cannon on the low ground, I don't think will be able to withstand the queen's DPS.
That shouldn't actually do a lot. That should do nothing. And it should not kill the hatch. It's going to be a nuisance, but that's also a lot of minerals invested here.
Hey, Queenie.
That cannon actually goes up.
Yeah.
But the spine crawler is there.
Second queen on the high ground. Just be careful.
The queen moves in and it's like, I'm going to kill that pilot. Sees the cannon, turns around, and is like, oh no, that's not going to happen.
What is he doing?
Well, we're waiting for the spine crawler.
He just keeps getting shot with his queens. He's gonna try to break this with both of his spine crawlers and his queens here.
So he has to do something. Hurricane really wants this now. He's doing quite a lot with this.
That spine. He needs to target his cannon on the other spine. It is in range.
Could someone click on that hatch, please?
It's at like 400 hit points, I think.
Okay, and
it's
the
gonna
queens
survive.
probably have the energy to... Yeah, okay, so they have the energy, so Focus wouldn't have done anything. Yeah, that was a little bit annoying. And actually, you know, in terms of resources, that was absolutely worth it. Because, yeah, you have three cannons, you have that pylon, but there's also double spine crawler that we see in the game. This is additional drones that you don't have. It killed a few drones. It took down a lot of the supply of his opponent. So that was actually absolutely worth it. I'm nearly taking out a queen.
Oh, you need a target. Come on. Okay, he moved out of the range. Whoa, that was close.
Yeah. Okay, that queen is just going in there for division. But the spine... nearly. One more hit. Not quite. Not quite that close.
Well, I mean, Effort is... He was on the edge of a lot of that stuff. I like Effort's position, though, at the end of the day here.
Yeah, with 3 bases, it's really good. Like, if he would still be on 2 bases, it would be different. It might have been a little bit better for Hurricane to think about just cannoning the 3rd base instead of the natural. As it is, of course, that's always hindsight 2020. In this position here, Effort definitely has a lead. but Hurricane is not as far behind as you initially might have thought. No?
Overlord here will go down. Minor annoyance for effort. And Hurricane has not shown us anything in this matchup yet. As before, he defended an all-in. The game before, he tripped over a cable and fell to the ground, and it was kind of embarrassing. Twilight Council and Robotics looks like a Blink Stalker all-in with +2. This is very old, very any-pro. We'll see what he's got in mind here, adding now a few more gates. He could take a third base with this as well. That's very safe, but it's too safe, and Effort has had his third base up for too long.
I think he's gonna... You know, this base is actually really good for Protoss because you have... If you attack this third base that we have here for Effort, if Zerg takes this base, this in particular, as a third, then as a Protoss you have several ways where you can attack into the third base, and if your opponent tries to move in, you just force field him out and you cut the army down. So, from a positional point of view, going for a lot of gateway aggression is something where you can really make a dent into the armor of the Zerg player, because that base is just so exposed. If you go from the left, there are so many funnel points where Zerg doesn't want to engage in because of force fields that it's really difficult to make that hold. That's why it's a little bit safer to get this space that we see here where the pylon currently is being used, but for that you have to take down the rocks. If you want to have the early third base, it doesn't really work for you. It's unfortunate here for Hurricane that his pylon attempt is underneath the Overlord, nose of the Overlord, so that's not going to work.
The second one, on the other hand, is not spotted.
DTs coming in instead of Blink, by the way, so we might see Archons. We will see a few DTs here of Taurus as well.
Everything is going wrong for Hurricane. He's spotted again with his War Prism, only for a second, and I don't think Effort noticed. We'll see. This drop will do virtually nothing. It's essentially in the Stalker in there. The Dark Shrine is a long ways off. You know, to be totally frank, I don't think this build is good. And what is this? I mean, what was that going to accomplish ever?
It's creative and it's unique.
It's just, it shows also the Warp Prism, which is going to make him suspicious and then therefore probably more prepared for the Dark Shrine. He's actually, in fact, adding support crawlers as I speak for this reason. It's just, this is weird. It looks desperate and a little bit out there. I mean, it's like his cannons didn't work and he's trying to figure something out.
Yeah, he has a lead in the upgrades. That is definitely true, but in terms of advantages, there's not a lot that is going for him right now. The overall supply is, of course, in favor of the Zerg player. That's something that you would expect, but that's not only the 40 supply lead that we have, it's a massive bank that is there for Effort, who goes now into Spire and Burrow too. Here come those DTs.
He shows them right away.
He also has the first few Overseers on the map.
Yeah, I mean, he's... Well, there's for some reason the Overseer goes the wrong direction.
Well, I'm not quite sure why that Overseer is just not going down. Okay, he's just repositioning the Spore Crawler instead. The first DT is already a goner. Should
not
be.
Gonna get
oh, nice! Actually, good save here with the War Prism. I like that. The Queen goes down. 4 kills. Kills a few drones. Kills the Queen. The DT is actually doing a lot more than I expected.
Yeah, I mean, the execution was lacking. But he's got a follow-up plant counter. He's got 3 Immortals already, a 4th Immortal on the way, Blink +2. No probes in production, 3 pylons coming up. I'm seeing the next wave. We're gonna find out how much damage this can really do. A few Archons coming in as well. I like the way this is rolling. This is getting some momentum right now. 11 Mutas on the way.
Yeah, but a Mutalisk against Archons, he needs a good snipe. If the ground army can snipe the Archons, then the Mutalisk can clean house. But or if he gets a really good magic box.
Needs a warp in the Immortal. Not going to be what he wants there.
Lings in the main base, never a good thing to happen.
Spines on the way. We may have a base trade on our hands.
Yeah, we actually may. Oh wow, that third is very exposed. And Lings in the main base already taking down a lot of the Harvesters. Here comes the rest of the army for Hurricane. Hurricane is moving in. He wants to move to victory. He wants to go to the Premier League. This is his chance. If he wins this map, then he has done it. The Mutalisks are going to the bottom left. He's getting more and more out of them. He wants to go for the base race scenario. So many Spine Crawlers currently being built.
So many cannons as well. The Spire is being targeted. Very smart choice, but he's not going to be able to get into the main base easily. A few spine crawlers there. These cannons are not ready. He's got the Immortal. Needs to use that sentry as well. Will it deflect this for now? The cannons are not ready.
It's not a lot of Mutalisks though, and the Spire is already gone, and he can get into the main base if he wants to. With all those Immortals, it shouldn't be an issue. Here come the Mutalisks moving in. He takes down the first few Stalkers. He needs to move away with all those cannons. He needs every single Mutalisk now. He needs every single one since he doesn't have a Spire. He can't produce anymore.
He can't produce anymore. There's a lot of Frost buildings to kill. The probes are actually fighting as well here. If he had a few Warpins, that would change this game dramatically. If he kills every last probe, that also means that there's no way for buildings to be hidden. A few drones over here on the edge being picked off as well. Every worker counts in this type of game.
Every worker counts. We still have the...
he recalls!
He recalls!
I thought he lost his core earlier. He did not. And now he can blink on top of the Mutalisk.
Oh my god, so
the
many
Archons get
Mutalisks
shots
already
off as
down.
well.
And now the rest of the army is moving away. It looks like Effort has actually done it. Effort is going to bring us one game closer to a 5-way tie.
It looks that way. You know, the army for Hurricane
Wolf is
though.
speechless for a second.
The army. Well, the game's not over yet because the army for Hurricane is actually much better than Effort's. The supply you see at the top right is not indicative of the situation because he has no probes.
No drones. There's like nearly no mining. There are a couple of drones in the top left,
okay.
But like there is no base anymore. That's the last base. That are the last drones that he has there. Or I shouldn't say no drones, no bases. The income is horrible right now for him.
For both players.
Yeah, but we have a double supply.
And also, did you see that firework?
Yeah. And I saw the Warp. But Stalkers at home, that gives him already... I would be very surprised if Effort does... Actually, I don't know.
You see,
to be quite honest with you, you're right. I actually think...
I mean, he's spining up his main. He's got his Roach up there. He's hiding scared, right? Now he's going to get force fielded in. And he's going to lose his natural again. If somehow Hurricane can hold this push, if he can hold this push somehow, he may be able to do it. Probe's getting sniped, loses 2 mutas. There are Roaches in the natural, though. And here they come into the main base. With the Roaches and mutas together, should be able to kill Stalkers, but he doesn't fight together. He's not fighting together. He's giving the Roaches away. Roaches for free. And he's got a recall still, I'm pretty sure.
No, this has to... He has enough Stalkers.
And now the hatch is dead.
And what can he do now? Just sitting on this base is not going to help him.
He starts a Spire.
There's not a single probe. Not one. Which means that the entire supply for the Protoss is, of course, army supply. 60 army supply against roughly, let's say, 70. But the army supply that we have, those Mutalisks are... I mean, if he moves down now, how many sentries are there with this army?
A lot. I think 5.
That's his biggest problem, because he can't get off the low ground. If the Mutalisks snipe the sentries somehow, the rest of his army is going down.
He only has 3.
But he only needs 1 force field.
He can't fight against the Archons. He does not want to do this. I don't know about this, man.
Well, he takes down 1.
He's got to be careful about that, though. Every piece of shields counts. Oh my god, this is a weird game.
You know, Hurricane can actually just build a probe.
He can. I don't know why he's not. He picks off a few Roaches.
He should build that probe. I mean, what else is he going to build?
7 mutas are going to come out here in just a second as well. As soon as that Spire finishes, they'll put his mutas count up to 17, or 15 rather, excuse me.
You know, actually... I mean, this is a crazy... what are you doing? Whoa! What is that? Clustering up against Archons?
Did he kill the core?
Nothing at Zerg School?
Did he kill the core? The mothership core, is it dead? No.
No.
He failed. I don't know.
He didn't even try it.
I don't know what he was going for there.
He needs to go for a good magic box once he has those 7 Mutalisks and try to fight.
The Stalkers are coming, they know.
And he knows. He has seen it, I think. I think he's seen it. There is an Overlord. He should have seen that.
He doesn't send the Stalkers back, in fact. What is the idea here?
He wants to wait for the Mutalisks. But
yeah, but I don't know what the Stalkers are doing. Is he checking for other bases right now, I guess? Maybe he thinks, oh, you're dead. Unless you have another base, you're dead. I'm going to trap you forever. But he doesn't know about the surprise mutas. He's in for a surprise here. A hallucinated Colossus for vision just in case the mothership core gets killed.
He just has to wait for the gas. He's just going to wait and wait and wait. He knows that there's no additional base. He knows that he killed all of the probes. Hurricane just built a probe, for God's sake. I mean, it's not like you can do anything else with those 60 minerals.
If he actually... if he builds a probe, he can start mining. He can also recall. Don't forget, if this battle happens. When he recalls, though, he's going to take a lot of damage during that recall cooldown. The mutas are found!
Oh, but
needs to blink towards the army. Blink towards the army. Oh.
Okay, he does it. And
he sniped. You know,
He snipes the DT.
Snipe the DT.
I want to see the gas that he has in the main base. That's the most crucial part. Oh, the mothership core is down.
Mothership core is down. That's huge. Loses a muta for it.
You know what? Actually, here we go. He's moving in. He's trying to make that work.
Not a good idea. Not a good idea. Not a good idea.
He cannot win this game if he does not build probes.
I can't believe he's going to try for this.
Where are the Mutalisks? The Mutalisks have to go in. This has to be game.
Yeah, I think
there's not enough anti-air. Only if the Archon gets like a good. That's it.
No, the Archon is not going to be able to win this fight. Is he?
No.
No way. Archon targeted instantly. And effort brings us closer. GG. Oh my God! What a weird game.
The only chance that Hurricane had here was just staying on the low ground, building his probe count up, and trying to win the game like this. But he never really built the probe. Effort takes it. The next game is going to decide if we have a 5-way tie or not.
And even if we don't have a 5-way tie, we'll have a 3-way tie no matter what.
No.
No?
No. Either if Shine wins, it's a 5-way tie. If Jagji wins, Jagji and Kyungho advance.
Okay. That game actually just turned my brain upside down. Like, both players could have done so many better things, but like that's one of those games where you're stressed out and you're making mistakes.
Dude, yeah, me too. I mean, when we had the fight going down at the bottom left, suddenly I said like, who was completely fine and won the game? Like Effort, and it was like, and then I looked at the game, was like, actually, I hasn't won just yet. There was like a massive brain fart there too. So I mean, he wins it in the end. So
yeah,
but
in the end, you were right, and actually, he did have a big lead.
Yeah, but the thing is still like, you know, I would have loved to just see what happens if he builds the one probe, because yes, it takes a little bit of time to get your probe count up again, and that is a stretch. But he had a lot of time. It took a lot of time for this actually to happen. Well, there was no reason not to get the probe. There's nothing else that you can do with 60 minerals. Just get the probe, you have the resources, and just do it while you do the rest. That's how many clicks per minute, like 2 clicks per minute, where you actually just try to get your harvester count up to get a bit of an income. That's something that you can definitely do. And if you then have like 10, 15 harvesters, that helps you already a little bit. Then you can think about expanding again if you have the superior army. You deny the base of your opponent. It's still a stretch, but it's something that you can try without losing anything. There's no downside to it. So I'm a little bit surprised that he never really did it.
Yeah, exactly. It was definitely strange. If he does that, then he can try to contain and then go for recalls and play a longer game somehow. Maybe because Effort maybe thinks, oh, maybe he has 10 probes, maybe I need to go to his base. That's why we saw his music last thing, considering do I go over there.
He can just go for the contain the entire time and keep the mothership core a little bit at the back, and if need be, he can always recall back at home. That's one of the options that he has. He can keep a few stalkers back at home so that against a few mutalisks he's fine. When the army really moves down, he can just set a force field, he can contain for a long time. Once the mutalisk count gets too scary, he can always recall back. There's no problem with that. Build the drone count back up and then decide to go from where. So that gives him options.
Yes.
Options that he did now not have. And because he thought he was out of options, he moved up that ramp into 10 spines, roaches. That was desperation.
That was exactly. I mean, he saw the muse fly. And I think at that moment he was like, maybe now if the muse are gone, I can do this.
I feel that was a little bit inexperience. If he would have just sat down and paused the game, for example, got first smoke, goes back, and then he just looks at the monitor and is like, I have 60 minerals. Let's just build a probe and let's just try to play this a little bit easy right now.
The 60 minerals isn't going to give him anything else except maybe a sentry.
Because if you want to go for that, you have to go for it right at the start and not give your opponent the time to get the army out. But as it is, we have another game coming up, and it could either be the last map of the day or it could be a new beginning. Quite literally.
Yeah.
We could have a 5-way tie coming up, guys. If this game now ends in favor of Shine, we have a 5-way tie, and it starts all over again. But if Jagji takes it, then Jagji and Kyungho advance.
Shine, you talked about it before, he would rather play the 5-way tie than play against Jagji.
I think he would.
But as it is, like, it doesn't matter now. He either gets a 5-way tie or he's out, so no choice for him now. He has to win this game. Anaconda is the map. This is going to be crazy.
It definitely is going to be. Anaconda is a tricky map, and we go into maybe the last game of the day. Maybe it's a new beginning. Shine versus Jagji. Terran versus Zerg at GOMTV. Hell on Wolf.